For this lesson, I'm going to show you how to work with elements and draw their Lewis structures and then form covalent bonds and show that through a molecular structure. So to start off with, I will tell you the elements, and I'll always give you the number of how many you have in each element when it's covalent. So I know I have one carbon here, and when I look at my periodic table, I notice that carbon has 4 valence electrons, all right? So I draw my valence electrons with north, south, east, west. And just as a reminder, that means that if you just have one valence electron in each pole, that it has the ability to bond. And I have here hydrogen. When I look at my periodic table, I notice that hydrogen has 1 valence electron, and so it's going to share that electron, its electron, with carbon, forming a bond. So that we'll draw the actual electron clouds in a little bit. Since I have another hydrogen, I have 4 of them, that also has 1 bond over here. I have a 3rd hydrogen that forms a bond over here, and I have a 4th hydrogen that forms a bond over here. So I have 4 bonds. So what does that look like as a molecular structure? I simply make these into a line, and so I have this being my molecular structure. And that shows exactly where these electrons are located. So how does that look as an electron cloud? Remember, the electron cloud, it needs to have its full electrons like a noble gas does, that noble gas NV. And we know that hydrogen would like to have 2 electrons. So I create an electron cloud that looks like this for all the hydrogens. It wants to have 2 because, remember, it only has 1 electron shell, and in 1 electron shell you can only have 2 electrons. How would carbon look? So if I change carbon into a red color, carbon, remember, wants to have 8 valence electrons, and so for that reason I would actually draw it around the carbon and include all of these electrons. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so that gives you a sense of how those electron clouds are drawn. How would I write the chemical structure? I would write CH4. I'll usually always write which name I give you first, and then the second name will be after that. And this here you can name as carbon tetrahydride, but really it's also called methane, and you'll have to just memorize those alkanes. So this is an example of methane.